Hey class, I just wanted to send a quick video this morning to maybe help you out with your demographics and talking about your audience in your particular report. Now, I apologize for how this video is shot. I'm doing it on my phone. Today, we're actually going to meet via VOOZ, VOOV, the Chinese version of Zoom, through Tencent. I'll send that link out. So if you don't have VOOZ, probably a good idea to download it. So if you have questions, you can meet up today. But this week, we're not going to be doing any lecturing or anything like that. It's too difficult. Plus, you already have all your assignments, and so all of you should be, pretty good shape for what you have to do by Friday. To reiterate what I sent out in that announcement, that you don't have to worry about working in a group. You're just going to work by yourselves. Turn in your final presentation 5 to 7 minutes on Friday, as well as your report or your entire communication plan. Okay, so those are going to be both due on Friday at midnight, and I'm on your time. So yeah, it's Friday at midnight is the due date now, not Saturday at 2 p.m. because I'm back in China. I'm in Shanghai. As you can see, I'm in a hotel room. Yay! I have a very nice view. If anyone is interested, the sun is just coming up. It's kind of hazy. But I am in Jinshan area of Shanghai, which looks like a little beach resort. I'm staying at the Qbei Hotel. If any of you are interested, but I am in China, so I will be back in Beijing in about 3 weeks. For those of you who are interested. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit today about your targeting demographics or your demographics in general. And one of your classmates, Dove, she had a great question, which is exactly how do we talk about this, right? Particularly if you have, you're doing a communication plan and you have a huge amount of people that you want to reach. And that's absolutely true, right? So your audience for a lot of these communication strategies is going to be general, right? Is going to be a general audience that you're disseminating to everyone. However, what I want you to show me is that you still understand who your main audience is and who your targeted demographics and early adapters are. And in your general message that you're going to send out to everybody, what elements are you going to include to be sending messages specific to your group, right? So for instance, with early adapters, they are very technologically sound, and they usually want to be the first to do things and to play with the, whatever trends or whatever it is that you're talking about, right? And so how do we get them interested in our, kind of more general information that we're giving out to a large group of a huge public, right? All of the world, for instance, or, China or America or something like that, right? So what we can do is we can use elements that we know appeal directly to them, right? So if you ever noticed in commercials for new technologies, they will make references to old technologies, and you have no idea what you're talking about, right? They'll say the new Q5 is so much better than the previous, XR7. That doesn't mean anything. That's not for you, right? That's an element that is for your influencers, right? Or your early adapters, the people who are really, really good at this stuff, and they've been waiting for the more technical aspects. This might be a technology like virtual reality, let's say, right? A lot of people know what VR, virtual reality, is. Everyone's heard of it for the most part to this point. But most people don't understand, some of the more technical difficulties with virtual reality, like myself. I am not a virtual reality influencer or early adapter. I bought an Oculus right before I was going to move back to China, so that when I was in here in Shanghai in quarantine, that I would be able to use my virtual reality system and play with it. And I was hoping to bring it to the Media Lab so that we all could. Now, I can't. I bought it, it came to my house, I set it all up, and I couldn't use it. Why? Because I did not have a graphics card strong enough. You have to have a really, really, really high-end, expensive graphics card in order to project and in order to create the desired effect in virtual reality. So my graphics card and it also was not compatible with Macs. So as a novice or a general, I was gotten by the advertising, right? The advertising sounded great. I spent $400 to have this system delivered to my house. I was very excited to use it. But I then found out that this system's not for me, that I needed a whole bunch of other stuff. And when I looked online, I found out that all the influencers and all of the people who, early adapters and your really astute customers of virtual reality, they knew all of this. And there were devices and things additionally that I could buy, but I didn't want to buy anything else. I had already spent $400, and that was more than I was really willing to spend, anyways, just to play some games or to try out a new technology. And it now looked like I was going to have to spend about another $1,000 on top of that, right? So Oculus has lost my business forever. They lied to me. They did a poor job advertising. They got me. They created a huge, gigantic hassle for me to have to order something and then return it to a store during a pandemic, all of this other stuff. So their communication was great in getting people excited about virtual reality, but their follow through is awful. So now I hate this company and I'll never use them ever again. And that's what you want to avoid, right? So instead, you want to make sure that you are signaling to the general audience, things that may limit what it is that they need. And then also, you're making sure that your influencers feel like they're smart and they have the inside track on all of the technical aspects.